What's going on, everybody? In this video, I'm just going to be remaking one of my previous manifestation videos just because I want everything on my channel to be consistent. I'm not going to get rid of that video because it's like, kind of like a progress type of thing, but you know, I just want everything to be the same. I want people to, like, the people that get used to seeing me like in this form of recording, I want that to be consistent. So manifestation is something that is very simple. You know, people want to make it as complicated as possible because our society makes everything complicated. You know, but the first thing you need to understand is that we are nothing but energy. We are all just energy. Everything around us is just energy. You know, we're all just vibrating atoms at the end of the day. And that's a very simplistic way to look at things, but, you know, it is true to a certain regard. So when we are vibrating at certain levels of emotion, that's higher or lower. So if you're vibrating at fear, if you're always worried about stuff, if you're always taking extra precautions for stuff, then you're vibrating pretty low. If you're living in blissful, you're happy, you're calm, you're at peace all the time, you're vibrating at a very high frequency. You see what I'm saying? And the universe takes that into consideration. Well, not consideration, that's the only thing it takes into consideration. So if you're vibrating low, all the universe is looking at you and it just sees your vibration. And it's like, oh, that's what he wants. That's all we are. And in one of my videos, I explained that we are the transmitters and receivers, you know? So the universe is just looking at you as just a big ball of vibration. And just imagine if you could look down and you had to match a color, right? So we'll just call the lower vibrations red and we'll call the higher ones blue. So the universe, all it sees is red and blue. Let's make it very simple. All it sees is red and blue. So when it looks down, it's looking down on you, you know, God, Allah, Buddha, Spirit, Source, all the above, wherever you want to use. And it's just looking down at you. And it's like, oh, he's red. Here you go. It drops more red on you. That lower vibration stuff. It's like, yep, I mean, that's what he wants. He's vibrating at red, so that's what he wants. Here you go. There you go. And just sprinkles it on you. If you're vibrating at blue, okay, blue. Here you go. There you go. All right. And you get more blue. That's what you need to do in your life. That's what manifestation is. That's what using the law of attraction is. You understanding that all the events that happen in your life are based off of your vibration. That's all it is. So how do you control this? Okay, so I'll give you one quick and easy technique, and then I'll see if I can go back and fill in the blanks. So this technique is very simple, but in our society, we just don't like simple. Like if that's too good to be true. All right, you keep thinking that. My life has changed because of it. You know what I mean? And if you're watching this video, something in your soul brought you here. So you should pay attention. Like attracts like. That's what the law of attraction says. So what you do is imagine an imaginal act. So create an imaginal act in your mind that implies that you have whatever it is that you want. So if you want happiness, then, you know, manifest a scene that implies that you're happy. Or hear someone in your head, you know, use all your senses. You know, you can hear something in your mind that says, oh, I said, dang, you seem happy today. You can hear one of your friends, use someone that you know saying that to you, you know. And then after you do this enough in the correct way, you'll get put on what's called the bridge of incident. And the bridge of incident is a series of things in life that get you to where you want to be, where exactly you want to be, or bring the thing that you want into your life. And then the last part is you have whatever it is. You know, I mean, you know, bridge of incidents could be the whole thing, but you know, you need the end point. So having the actual manifestation, imaginal act, bridge of incident, you have whatever it is that you want. All right. So I'll try to break down things a little bit easier in each step. So the imaginal act can be done in many, many ways. You know, when I wanted to move to Colorado, I would imagine a box, because Colorado is just a box on the map. And you know how like on trails it says, or like, you know, like mall maps or whatever, it says you are here. All I did was that in my head. You don't have to make a whole movie in your head. You can if you want to. They say like give it the tones of reality. But sometimes it's just whatever works for you. If you're a very simple person, make it simple. If you find yourself being a very complex and intricate person, then make it as complex as you want it. You know, it's not that important because it'll get here in its own way. It doesn't really matter if you do it exactly. So, you know, you can I could either you know, see my plane ticket to Colorado. I could see all my boxes moved into my quote, quote, new apartment. You know, I could do all these types of things. Then the bridge of incident. So let's just say I didn't have $1 to my name, right? Let's just say, for instance, I didn't have $1 to my name. Well, actually, you know what? Let me use my real life experience. So when I decided and I fully committed to wanting to move to Colorado, what I did was, you know, I did that. I saw the box saying you are here. Then once I just saw that and I felt it to be good and I felt how nice it felt to finally have this, life started working for me. So then, in a weird way though, I started hating my job even more, the job I was currently at in North Carolina. Everything was starting to piss me off. Everything was, just happening to just make me annoyed. I couldn't stand my manager, couldn't stand people. I was tired of always being away from my apartment. It was always too much travel, all this above. It was just annoying me until I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start applying to different places, So sometimes it takes that annoying thing. It takes that thing to give you that push that you need to get you to where you want to be. Then once I saw this it was a company I actually saw when I first moved there, but I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But then this job popped up that matched every qualification I had. It was easy, and I had already talked to some people at the company, so I was like, oh my God, this is it. I applied, and it was such a seamless process, and boom, here I am. And now I'm already ready to go somewhere else, but that's beside the point. So that's pretty much how easy it is, So let me discuss the bridge of incident real quick. So like I said, it's like a series of events that get you to where you want to be, or bring whatever it is that you want into your life. So people say they want money, right? It's always very possible that you find a suitcase that was supposed to be for a drug deal, they stashed it away, and you find it. That's always possible. But here's the one thing you need to understand. You have zero control of how it comes into your life. You have no control over that. None whatsoever. Like, you have to play a part, like you play your part in the game. Like, life will be like, here you go, there it is. Is he gonna take it? And then the door will be open for you. But you don't choose what door opens up. You just take it. You be like, oh wait, that seems like something I want to do, and you go do it. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people, when they get into this manifestation thing, oh, I can do anything. Yeah, you can, with some rules. You just place your order. You don't place your order, then go back to the kitchen and make it. You place your order and then you wait. And then while you're quote waiting, life is doing things for you in the background to get you where you want to be. It's that simple. It's that simple. But one thing people also need to understand is you need to learn that your manifestation could come to you at any point in time. It could take a few minutes, it could be a few hours, and it can span up to years. That's one thing you need to understand. And people will try to rush it, but then you're negating it, because didn't I explain it? You start turning from, what was it called? Blue was a good one. So you start turning blue, and when you get impatient and you're rushing it, you're kind of like changing your colors. So the universe will match you. It's like, okay, here you go. So my last piece to make it a little bit easier is to walk as if. Imagine that's already true. Now, you can do that in your mind, but then you need to carry that around with you all the time. People might be looking at you like, dang, why are you in such a good mood? Because you know what you did in your mind. And the universe sees that. It always sees. Everybody says God is all knowing, the universe is all knowing. In a way, yes, that is true. Once you just try your best to stay blue all the time. I'm not saying like if you ever you slip up for a day, you have a bad day, it's like completely canceled. Nah. But you know what I mean, like you'll get this. It'll make a little bit more sense once you get into it. And I always recommend people start with small things. I went to Panera one time, and when I was first learning this, I was always just trying to get small things, small free things for food or whatever. And I wanted an extra bag of chips, because at Panera you can get the bread, the apples, and the chips. So I was like, all right, cool, I want 2 bags of chips. So in my mind, literally as I was driving to the restaurant, I saw an extra bag of chips. I got so distracted there. I got an extra bag of chips in my bag. So I saw it, and I just saw 2 bags of chips in my order and the 2 bags. That's what I saw in my mind. So then the law of attraction started happening. And this is an example of one of the quicker ones. So I drove to the restaurant, walked in, and placed my order. When I was ordering my food, it just so happened that there was like a new person. There was like a new cashier. I couldn't think of the word. A new cashier person. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I see how this is gonna happen. And then I walked on back, I gave him my order, and I just walked near the waiting area. And lo and behold, when I got my bag, there was 2 bags of chips in there. Now, a lot of people, this is the one thing that you need to understand as well. You're going to try to teach people this stuff. Once you get really good and your life changes off of this, you're going to be like, yo, guys, you need to do this. And they're going to look at you like you're crazy. You're like, but bro, I did. Like, from that example, someone will be like, oh, well, it was a new person, that's why you got it. Oh, it was this and that, that's why that happened. They'll judge or they'll explain your manifestation by the physical things that happen, but you know what you did before all of that happened. You know that you were the cause of all of these situations. It's said that the universe always conspires to get you what you want. One of the other universal laws, like the law of attraction, is the law of one. We are all part of the big consciousness. We're part of the one mind, the mind of things. We are part of God. That's why, was it Muslims or Islam? Forgive me if I mess that up. But like they say when you die, you return to Allah. We're all part of Allah. We're all part of God. We're all part of the universe source. We're all part of the same thing. So when you put your energy into what's called the mind of things, or you put your energy out into the universe, everybody is kind of like this, like a little blip that's still that universal divinity in us that works to get you what you want every time. So you know that you are the catalyst. You're the starter for everything that happens in your life. So I hope that made sense. If you need me to clarify anything, please let me know. Drop a comment below and I'll help you out. Until the next one.